Hello, this is Irv from Software for Healthcare. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a new feature in DocPro for automatically posting payments. It's called automatic ERA posting. And it's a new feature, and it will basically speed up posting tremendously. And posting payments, as you know, is one of the most difficult and tedious parts of billing. Also, it is one of the most important. You know, it's easy to put in charges and bill insurances. That all moves along really quickly. But when you get back a big EOB and you're trying to figure out, you know, this much got posted, you know, paid, this much was written off, and what the line items are, and, you know, it gets very confusing, and then you have to make sure your flags are all set right so things will bill to the patient properly. And this is not only a you know, a time saver. This also it's hugely increases the quality of your posting. It gets it right. It's very good that way. So let's just take a look at it. First of all, it is an add-on product, okay? It's not free. It's an add-on to DocPro. It's $495. That'll for any system that if you have a system, you add this to it, and it would come in your next update. Where do you get your download files for the ERA? By the way, is electronic remittance advice. You're getting those now from insurances. Some of them you may have to convert them to readable format, but the insurance companies put out ERA files for your EOBs. I'm sure you've all run into them. This way you just get that file, download it into a directory that's on DocPro, and then it's automatic from there, and I'll show you how that works. Excuse me. You can also get it from our clearinghouse, say the top 5 payers, you know, usually Medicare, Blue Cross, and then some of the others, you know, Cigna, Aetna, United, possibly Medicaid, you know, whatever. For $10 a month, we'll add those in, and there's paperwork to set it up. You know, possibly you could do a 6th or 7th payer, but you can also always go to the payers and get them directly too. The neat thing about it is you don't even need to use our clearinghouse to upload claims. You know, this will work even if you put paper claims in. You still get the ERAs, and this will still work. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. We're going to, you know, you just go to the clearinghouse or go to the insurance company with your browser, and you just, you know, basically just click on the download button and post it to the path that I'm going to show you in a minute. Then you just go to DocPro's automatic screen 4. You tell it to import the file. You do a trial balance. You fix anything that's wrong, which it shouldn't really be wrong. Then you do the live post, and you're done. And there's nice reports to back all that up. So let's just go ahead and run through it. Okay, here we are at the Care-A-Lot Chiro. Works on any specialty, whether you're OBGYN, you know, pediatrician, physical therapy, doesn't matter. Now, let's take a quick look at this here. We've got Clint Eastwood. He came in on 12/5 and 12/15. Basically, he had, you know, some therapy, and we also threw a chiropractic treatment, so maybe some PT and some chiro together. Here's our billed flags. Means we've billed this to insurance already. And over here we charge $50 for this, $45 for that, and so far there's nothing paid by insurance. The patient did pay $30, which you can see right here. And otherwise, the item balance is out here on all the items, and the total balance is $275. It's fairly simple, but for example, Mass Blue Cross requires you to bill one visit of 4 units of therapy or actually this is one visit of 2 units and then another 2 units. They require them separated, which is crazy, makes the posting harder, but the automatic poster completely handles that. So we'll go to the next patient, which is Roberta Flack. Now Roberta is going to have basically Medicare, and what's going to happen with Roberta is we're going to get a secondary payment by a Blue Cross type of company. It's actually, we have it called TOPS Insurance, but it's kind of a Blue Cross. We have already billed Medicare for her, and Medicare will have crossed over automatically to, let's say, Blue Cross or TOPS Insurance. And a lot of times the secondary will pay before the primary, and that confuses people. We didn't even have to bill it to the secondary. We just billed it to Medicare. They're going to cross it over, and our automatic payment is going to post it. And then when we're done, you'll see there'll be a flag here, 1B and 2P, even though there is no Plan 2. So it handles that just nicely also. And so far, the patient hasn't paid anything on that. So let's go ahead and go to the main menu, and then we're going to screen A, automatic posting, and let's go to the ERAs. Now there's nothing in our ERA screen right now, so let's do an import, because say we've already downloaded. Here's a file I'm going to download. Just double click it. It just came in. It has 3 claims for $132. Just to show you how this works, let's just import another one. Say we had 2 claims, 2 files came in. There's another file that comes in. That had 12 claims for $529. The first one's from the Top Dollar Insurance, which is kind of like a Blue Cross in our example. And Pennywise Insurance, we're not going to post these. I just wanted to show you that I can click here. Here's Top Dollar. We're going to be posting these. If I want to look at another one, I just click there. This is the Pennywise, and we could post those, but we won't. So here's Top Dollar. Just take a look. We had 3 claims. Clint Eastwood, which was primary. Roberta Flack, which was actually the secondary. That's a Medicare. And then another one for Clint Eastwood. Clint had 2 visits, if you remember, 12/5 and 12/15, and they kind of all came in on the same ERA. And this Roberta Flack came in on the same ERA. And that happens all the time with Blue Cross. Now, if we want to just take a peek, this is very nice detail. Clint Eastwood, we billed for 12/5, we billed a 97110, and we billed a 98941AT. The charge was $50 and $40. The total was $90. Insurance paid $8 on the 97110, and they paid they paid $29.50 for this one. Now these CO45s say these are required write-offs. Okay, the patient's not going to pay those. That's your agreement with the insurance company. The $27.50 will, the $30 will be what the patient will have to pay. So that's the patient's responsibility. Now, any copays or whatever are all going to come out in the wash, and everything will work out automatically. Let's go to Clint here again. Same thing. He had these 4 items. We saw those before on 12/15. Different therapies for $50 each. This is what they paid, because the first one's going to end up going into the $30 that we had to write off because the the patient had to pay that. I take that back. Let's just say we had to write off 30. We always have to write off 30 in this example. Okay, the patient has 30. We wrote off 30, and that's why they paid nothing. Okay, because the patient paid 30, they wrote off 30, and or they wrote off 20 actually. All right, let's not belabor that. It's all there. This is what I'm talking about. It gets complicated, but it works. Let's run a trial post on this. We'll run a trial post. Just give it a little password. It's done. That's all it takes to do 3 claims. It will show you everything it's going to do on that. Now, that last claim that we said was kind of confusing. There was a charge of $50. there's a adjustment of 30, and now we're saying, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to post a payment of nothing on that. We're going to post an adjustment for 30, okay, and we're going to set the flag. The next item, we're going to post a payment of 10, post an adjustment of 30, and we're going to set the flag. The next one, we're going to post a payment of 20. We're going to write off 35. We're going to set the flag. The thing is, these are always confusing. And the thing is, this is right. The computer knows exactly what to do. And when you're done, you'll see, well, we probably can sort it all out. But there was a $20 payment. Okay, the insurance paid, and they adjusted 35. One of the neat things, too, is if you had already taken a patient payment and posted it, the program would know enough to take that payment out and put it up into holding if it was too much. And you know how sometimes, oh, you put the payment in for the patient, now you got to move it to holding so you can put the insurance in, or you just, kind of fudge it. Well, this will do all that for you. So we did a trial run. Now, the neat thing about it, these are all good, but what if you looked at that and said, I really don't want to post that secondary. That's just too complicated. All you need to do is say hold, put this line in. Now you've got, these two are okay, and that's on hold. Now we need to run a trial post again, because whenever you do a change, it needs a new update, trial post. But look at skipped claim, status was set to hold. So you have full control over that. And up here we've done a trial, but I'm going to make this take that off a hold because I really do want to post that. So now it took it off. The status, I have to run a new trial because I made a change. Just go to EG, and here's your screen. Okay, so now the secondary is back on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually post the live payment. Let's go ahead and post it. EG. EG. All right. Let's do a screen. This is the actual posting. Okay. This is the live post. Okay. So it just zips right through them. We, had an adjustment for 12. They paid 8. Again, I go crazy looking at all these numbers, but they're all right. So let's just go over and see what happened. Let's get out of this screen. Let's go down to the ledger and find, first of all, let's look at Roberta because we're here. She was the Medicare. Now, Medicare, the Blue Cross or whatever, paid secondary already before there was no secondary here, but they paid it. They paid $6.95 as a secondary payment. So now once insurance clears, primary pays, whatever's left the patient will have to pay. Now the secondary did not pay anything for the extra spinal adjustment, but we record that insurance company knew about it, so they got a piece. But now let's go over to Clint. Now this one is great because this is now ready to be billed to the patient. Okay. Initially, if you saw, they had a $30 write-off, and oh, excuse me. This can actually almost looks a little confusing, but guess what? We got to show, we got to show all the items because the first item it is actually paid up, so it's got $30. 8 came from insurance. Okay. So let's kind of think about that for a minute, okay? On this 97110, on this particular visit, they wanted us to write off $12. And again, these things don't always make a lot of rhyme or reason. Because down here, they had us writing off 30 and 35. On this one, they wanted us to write off 12. And so we did that. Now again, realize these numbers are not real. Okay, these are the numbers that were in the ERAs that were made up as examples. So don't get hung up on any of these dollar amounts. But the ERA said to do a credit adjustment of $12, and it said that the patient was going to owe 30, and it said it would pay 8. Okay, so if you look at that, it makes sense. We had a $50 charge. The patient had to pay 30. We had to write off 12 according to the contract. So in the end, they paid 8. You know. So the nice thing about this is now you have a completely accurate setup. And if you wanted to bill the patient for this, let's just do that. Do a walkout statement. And we'll say yes, and of course you'd go to a paper, but we're going to just go to the screen. And now here's our statement. The patient owes 30. That is what he owes, isn't it? 10. Here's our 20 and 10 over there. And if we look at the statement, here's his statement to Clint Eastwood. And if you look at it, it tells us only items already processed by your insurance plan are shown above. This is balance billing, okay? But it shows you each amount. There was a $50 charge. Insurance paid 8. The patient paid 30. We adjusted off 12, and nothing's due. So when the patient looks at this, they can see everything is done properly. I'm sure if you post manually, sometimes you're afraid. you don't want to put it on paper, but this gets it right. Okay, so. There you have it. It's a hugely productive feature, and if you look at my survival guide, you'll see that it talks about justifying things, costs per minute. Well, this is a little different because this cost per minute is for the person doing the billing, but if sometimes the doctor's doing the billing too. So this will save huge amounts of time, make everything way more efficient, and also it'll help you track missed payments, lost claims. So this is a super high productivity type of add-on to your system. Okay, well, let me know what you think, and I hope you want to start using this because I think you'll find out it's going to save you a lot of time. Thank you and have a great day.